Hello everyone, welcome back to the Zach GP channel, and the Monaco Grand Prix has officially ended. The podiums are just taking place right now. I'm not going to be showing it, but I've got it on my little iPad screen here. But straight away, it's doing my head in, It doesn't even affect me. It really does not affect me, because yeah, if I final fixed the Leclerc, it would have been great. But, I'm sorry, how are we giving Leclerc driver of the day? Norris win and fastest lap? I mean, I saw Isaac Hadjar's name in there, and that's probably what took it away from Lando Norris. But come on. I'm sick and tired of this driver of the day. Because, actually, I'm really happy with my team, though, by the way. I'll get the chat up in a second for anyone who's there. I'm just getting sick and tired of it. We've had maybe one or two correct driver of the day calls, and this is 10 points. 10 points. Not even half the field doesn't even get 10 points in a race, and we're giving 10 points to a shitty bloody driver of the day thing. It does my head in, I'll tell you what. But anyway, that's my little rant over. Yeah, we actually had an interesting Monaco race. I mean, you couldn't overtake, but Russell taking the drive-through penalty, the Williams going slow, getting that nice little teamwork. Hadjar, 6th place, what a race from him. Alonso, I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for Alonso right now, because what more does he need to do? I literally said this would be his best chance to score points, and he was sitting. He would have finished 7th. I just can't keep up on him. And now I'm like, who the hell do we bring into F1 Fantasy? Because I'll get it up in a second. But sorry, let me get up the chat first so I can see what's going on. But it genuinely is, because Hulkenberg -1, he's just going to get that 0.2 million increase. But with 9 and -1, I don't really want to keep a hold of him. Hadjar's the only firm keep I can see, because even Stroll at 8 points, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to get rid of him now. So I'll probably be getting rid of Stroll and Hulkenberg. But then for who? Alonso and Bortoletto, just because they can't go down? Oh, actually, Colapinto will be a buy as well, coming into this race weekend, next into Spain, because with 7 points, that sets him up quite nicely. But yeah, what a roller coaster of emotions. Yeah, sorry, let me turn that up for you. There we go. We should be good. Hello, everyone. Yeah, how did everyone's teams go? Because Limitless, I know, went pretty darn well. Congratulations on anyone who did Limitless. Hopefully you didn't, what's it called? You didn't get too affected by the budget, though, because that's the only issue. Points-wise, the Limitless did well. However, most people who use Limitless would have Mercedes and that sort of orientation in their team, which might hurt a little bit. And then I feel like so scummy for this. So as you can see, the top team here, Team 1, 300 points on is a good Limitless. Thoughts would be more. Let me have a look what the Limitless teams, because that would be about an 80-point delta to my team, which is about what you'd want from a Limitless. Let's see. McLaren, Ferrari, Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton. Let's get real. How many people? What did everyone put as their 2 times on Limitless? Because I know no one did Norris. 100% no one did Norris. So what did you guys do? Piastri or Leclerc as the 2 times? I'll show both. So 319. That's a very good. That's a very good Limitless. You got about 100-point delta. Very nice to get 100-point delta. And let's then do Leclerc 2 times. Some people did Norris, but not many. Yeah, try Charles. Yeah, that. I'm fuming with it. I'm actually, like, I should be celebrating right now, because every single, by the way, 333 points, that's about 133 points is a 107-point deficit to the best sort of teams, which is what I sort of had. So congratulations on that, anyone who got that 100-point delta. Very lovely. But I'm getting rid of driver of the day, man. It's doing my head in. I can't stand it. Yeah, everyone, it's this Team 1 up here. Team 1 up here is my team. So Hulkenberg -1 should just should just get the 0.2 million increase. Colapinto set up perfectly for Spain. Stroll, 0.2 million. He's going to be gone, though. Hadjar, 12 points. He's going to be staying. Piastri, Ferrari, McLaren. So realistically, my team couldn't have gone any better because I didn't. Now, this is where the scumminess comes into it. In my video, I talked about how Gasly was a must-have. And I really do hope that people then went to the live stream, because he was, and of course you're never going to know if he's DNF. He was a good option at the start of the Grand Prix, but then I was talking to Captain in my Discord, and he was talking about how Hulkenberg would probably be the better hold asset going into Spain, and I was like, actually, yeah, I completely agree. Hulkenberg is the better hold asset because he's cheaper and he needs less points. So I then went for Hulkenberg over Gasly. And even though Hulkenberg was pretty wank, it was still better. It was still a 19-point deficit on points and potentially a 0.8 million swing, which covers what I lost from Ocon last race weekend. However, what I'm a little bit nervous about is it's -1 on the dot. So if he actually only got one overtake, I could be screwed. So I'm not going to celebrate Hulkenberg just yet, because I wouldn't be surprised if I got onto F1 Fantasy and they were just like, no, he got -2. That's a -0.2 budget. But considering what else we had, that's as good as it's going to get. But what I want to check is Behrman, Ocon, Lawson. Those are the big names that I need to double check where they had their DNFs. So Behrman will potentially be coming into play next week. And Lawson. Behrman and Lawson, look out for them this week. Lawson, 100%. So Lawson will have, coming into Spain, 3 points and 7 points. Oh my god, Lawson's going to be a must-have. So realistically, if I moved over to a team, this is what I'm most likely looking at right now in Spain. So McLaren, Ferrari, probably keeping that. Piastri. Then, who do I have? Stroll out. So Colapinto stay. Hadjar stay. Lawson stay. And then, who else would it be? Basically, it looks like we're doubling up and racing bulls this race next weekend. But the final one could be a toss-up. You could keep Hulkenberg. You could go down to Bortoletto. Or maybe Behrman. We'll have to see. Because Behrman at 7.5 million still might struggle to get that. But it might. Teams probably would look something like this. And this would take me 2 free transfers to get to. Or I go Hulkenberg. Mercedes look good again. Bim bam boom. So I'm really looking forward to. I've just realised how dark my screen is, by the way. I didn't turn on my light. Give me a second. Oh, it's fallen over. That's why. Yeah, Obama. I'm in the same mindset, man. It does my bloody head in. Hey, and all I'm saying is, people used to get pissed off with the Lando Norris fanboys, but hey, all I'm seeing is. Hey, where the hell have they all gone? Where the hell have they all gone? Because I genuinely would have preferred Norris to get driver of the day, purely on merit, but also because less people had him as a 2-time, so it wouldn't have affected us as much. But yeah, that's probably my team coming into next week. Wish I'd had over Gasly. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Gasly... It's like what happened with me... oh, alright, let me turn it up again. It's like what happened with me with Ocon last weekend. Stuff like that, you can't predict that's going to happen. So it is just, you got unlucky. There's not much you can do. Because it's a freak accident, isn't it? He just... What did he do? He locked up his rear tyres? Or his... He just lost a bit of control of the car. Smacked into Sonoda. I'm really surprised at how he got the car back to the... What's it called? The car back to the pit lane. But fair play, because that would have been another pit stop. Not pit stop. Safety car. And considering how much chaos we had, only one virtual safety car. I mean, hey, fair enough, you know. They had a lot of yellow flags, but only one legitimate sort of safety car. Going to start some, Leclerc did nothing, got driver of the day meeting. No, honestly. What's it called? I still don't get. I believe Rain was the one who said this first. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's one of those things where, why why the hell does F1 Fantasy just not have a bonus point system? Like, if anyone plays FPL, Fantasy Premier League, what's it called? They have a bonus point system where they do like an automatic system where it's not, you get bonus points and you can get like 1, 2 or 3 of them. Why is Driver of the Day, those 10 points not allocated like that? Because I would happily have Norris getting 5 points, Leclerc getting 3 points, and Hadjar getting an extra 1 point because they were the best 3 drivers on the grid or something like that. That makes sense. Driver of the Day 10 points makes no bloody sense at all. And it's just like, well, great. Congratulations. I mean, hey, I'm only salty because I didn't have him. If I final fixed the Leclerc, I would have been very smug right now. To be fair, I'm surprised we don't have more smug people in the chat with the Leclerc, Driver of the Day. And to be fair, hands up anyone who voted Leclerc Driver of the Day because you had him as your 2 times. I know there's someone in there. I know there's definitely people in there. Bortolero almost DNF. Yeah, I'm happy he got that car going again. And to finish ahead of Hulkenberg, yeah, brilliant. Hulkenberg was so bad. Hulkenberg just got screwed up by their strategy. I don't really know. Yeah, I knew it. Look, I can complain about it as much as I want, but like, the game's the game. Like, I would do the exact same thing in your scenario, so I can't chat shit. yeah, there we go. I can't chat shit. All I can do is complain about it, but, you know, the points are stupid, so you take advantage of a stupid system, and fair play, you know? That's how you win. That's how you win F1 Fantasy. Oh, God. But if I go back to, what was it? So, basically, after all of that, by the way, 1.5 million increase. Oh, where's all this money coming from? I'm very excited about that. If we come down to the basics, Piastri is going to be a hold for Spain. Maybe Norris starts to come into play with a lot of people because Antonelli right now being at -1, we're going to be seeing him drop quite a bit. But this is where it gets interesting as well. So my boy Antonelli, we believe the BTR difference is 19 million. So BTR assets are 19 million below and ATR are 19 million above. So if Antonelli, who has now, we go over to the budget builder, how many did he get in Imola? He got -19 and -1 to his name. He's going to be down to 18.9 this weekend. Then in Spain, he's going to be down to 18.3. And then in Canada, he's going to be down to 17.7. Antonelli is going to be 17, almost 17.5 million come Canada. And that now looks like when people could be bringing him in. Or, well, actually, yeah, that's when people would start doing that. I'm losing faith in Antonelli. No, see, that's the thing. The same thing happened with Mercedes last season, where around Monaco, around Spain... No, not Spain. Russell put it on pole there. No, did he put it on pole? No, he put it on second and then... He put it somewhere. No, maybe it was third. He led a lap in Spain. But he was first, second or third and had a good start. But Mercedes didn't really come back into the season until like Canada. So then they had that spurt again. So I do think, I have faith when Mercedes come back, Antonelli will be there again. It's now just about waiting for him to drop down. Because I generally can't think of a reason why, if he is as low as 17.5 million and you have Piastri and all of this money spare, why not? Why not risk it and go for that easy 0.6 million increase? I made a third transfer to switch Hazard to Gasly, ended up losing 4. Oh shit. Ouch. Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. That is a hard pill to swallow. Are you sure it's 0.6 million as well? Not right. I don't want to rub salt in your wound. But I actually believe it'd be a 0.8 million budget loss. I'm sorry. No. I mean, things can't get worse, innit? No, this sort of stuff happens. Luckily, we've got Spain coming up next week. So, like what happened to me with Imola, Ocon did bad, and I had I actually had a 1.2 million budget swing for anyone who had Albon over him and stuff. No, that's a lie. Yeah, no, that is true. So these things happen. You've just got to get off them and rebuild in Spain. Because like I've just shown in, basically, like I've shown in Monaco, anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen. I had the low of the low in Imola, and now with this beautiful Monaco score, yes, it's not perfect, 100%, but it's a lot better than a lot of other people had, and that's completely washed away the Imola sins, and we're good to go again. Antonelli isn't looking good, to be honest. No, I agree, Diogo. I believe Canada onwards, he's going to be around 17.5 million, because he's going to drop to a B tier asset, drop down minus 0.6 from Spain and Canada. So not Canada onwards, I mean after Canada. So what would that be? Austria? Because it's Spain, Canada, Austria, Silverstone, right? I think so. Then we could potentially have a look at him. But right now, what's making me interested is, so we know how Norris tends to do better in the European races, right? So I would say don't count off a lot of people, especially if you have over 113 million now. Don't count off people now swapping Piastri to Norris. If this is the confidence boost he needed, because then you could have the exact same teams with Norris and you're getting more points there. And I think that points threshold is better than having Piastri and Antonelli sort of thing. Worst race I've ever watched of F1. You know what? I wouldn't say it was the worst one I've ever seen. But it was interesting to say the least. It didn't feel like. Do you get what I mean when I say it didn't feel like an F1 race? It felt like a team like relay sort of race. Like especially with VCarb and Williams, you'd have one guy passing the baton. So Sainz passing the baton to Albon. Albon did his whatever, his a kilometer run, whatever. And then he did a whole lap, did the pit stop, did the same thing. And then Sainz got it again. It was very weird. But, hey, at a race where we knew it was going to be boring with overtakes, I guess that gives a little bit of fun stuff. We also found out that Albon was going so slow that a drive-through penalty was quicker. It was quicker than sticking behind him. Which, you know what? Gotta respect George Russell for that. Yeah, no, basically, innit? Right, get Will Ferrell in F1. Yeah, no, I'll give you that as well. Qualifying was one of the best qualifyings we've had in this season. Actually, I say this season. We've had some brilliant qualifying sessions so far in the 2025 season. Took Red Bull so I could fit in Albon. That went, oh, eesh, yeah. To be fair, on the moon, -4. Aye. Again, look who comes in surprising with the points. Haas and VCarb. Fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't have expected Haas to be at 27. And again, Ferrari come in with those 15 points. That's what I was trying to reiterate as well in my video. Because even if Ferrari weren't as fast as what we'd seen, those 15 points, man, that is insane. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't think anyone is getting 0.6 million. Let's have a double check. You would be correct. Yeah. The closest person, genuinely the closest person to a 0.6 million increase. Let's have a look. I believe it might actually be Colapinto. Yeah, Colapinto, funnily enough, was the closest. Colapinto was 4 points off a 0.6 million increase. No, Stroll. Stroll and Colapinto were 4 points off a 0.6 million increase, and they were the closest. Yeah, F1 Fantasy knows who the real goats are. Oh, God. Next year is going to be crazy. I can see teams doing... I can genuinely see them doing... what's it called? So, they'll do the exact same things they had last time. I say last time, 20 minutes ago. Was Hadjar the closest? Oh, yeah, my bad. Hang on. Yeah, I've completely skipped over him, haven't I? How many did he need? Oh, 2 more points. Ay. Oh, that's annoying. You know what? It's not too annoying. Because, at least in Spain, touch wood, if he doesn't crash, that's a guaranteed 0.6 million increase. Because right now, even without his points from Spain, Hajar gets 6 points plus 12 points. So 18 divided by how much? 18 divided by 5.5, which is what he'd be in that, divided by 3. Yeah, Hajar's already at 1.09 on the brackets, and he needs to get up to a 1.2. So that would probably be like 1, 2, 3 points to get 0.6 million. So we're looking good. That's also why I was quite happy about keeping Hajar. I took a risk again because he could have DNF'd and got that minus 0.6, but it worked out in the end. Also, can I ask, did I sway anyone with Hulkenberg over Gasly in the live stream? Because I was making a real show and a fuss about picking Hulkenberg over Gasly, not in my video, but on the live stream over at FanAmp, for anyone who was watching it over there. Because I really hope I did sway a few people, because that will make me happy. Because at the minute I'm getting a lot of Gasly, yeah, and I know, because Gasly should have been a good option as well. And then, hey, you know, Gasly now will be another great option once he... I'll show the green team in a second. Oh, yes! Lattice. See, that's what I love to see. But I'll say with Gasly... Gasly's now going to go to 7 million after Monaco, 6.4 million after Spain, and 5.8. Gasly's going to be 5.8 million come Austria? Around Austria, I believe, if the maths is correct. So once Gasly's 5.8 million, everyone's going to be using him. Right, yeah, I can show you the green team. I think it actually did half decent, which is a little bit worrying. Bortoletto, Hulkenberg. Yeah, because I had Stroll in the bloody team. Wait, did I actually? Oh, they better not mess me about. Like I said with Hulkenberg, he's on the... I'm still not celebrating him plus 0.2 on Hulkenberg. Because knowing me... Oh, you jammy guy, man. Who did I have as the 2 times? I had Hajar in that team, man. Oh my god, you definitely won this week. Bro, this team got a 1 million increase in value. I mean, 16 points. It's strong, and I should have been getting minus points this weekend. That's a shame. I've fumbled that. What can we do, eh? What can we do? What do you think about Alonso next race? He'd be 4.5 million. So the thing is with Alonso, he would have been good, but now because of Behrman, so Behrman costs 8.1 million. Behrman's going to be 7.5 million, and he's not going to have a DNF to his name anymore. He's going to be one of the tinkering of potentially using, but it's going to be people like Colapinto. Colapinto is going to be a must-have for Spain. Liam Lawson is going to be a must-have for Spain because he's going to be 4.8 million, and he's not got a DNF to his name and now got 7 points to him. So Colapinto, Lawson, who else? Realistically, Colapinto, Lawson, and Hajar are the best 3 B-tier drivers coming into Spain. So, yeah, technically, all rookies, yeah. Yeah. So those 3 are going to be my main targets. So I will most likely be... I can tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing. Stroll 100% going for Liam Lawson. And then it'll either be, do I hold Hulkenberg over someone like Behrman, or do I go Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, because I don't trust that as much? We'll find out soon. I haven't thought about it too much. Havil drove his face off. Also kind of happy that Stroll was kept in my team. Yeah, honestly, I couldn't be happier that Stroll did half decent, because he did my head in Imola, and it hasn't recovered. It hasn't recovered what it did, because Albon was still the better shout throughout both weekends. What is estimated price for Lawson? Lawson will be 4.8 million. Yeah, so Lawson will be 4.8 million coming into... I'm correct on that, right? Lawson will be 4.8 million. Do I have Lawson lying about any of these teams? No, I do not. Yeah, they wouldn't have taken it. So Lawson at 4.8 million's got 7 points. Plus, if we go over to here, he's got 3 points and 7 points. At 4.8 million, I can tell you how close he's already to the threshold. So 7 plus 3, 10. So 4.8 divided by 10. No. 10 divided by 4.8 divided by 3. Lawson's already at 0.69, and he needs to get to 1.2. So it's still not the best, but 0.7 to 1.2 would probably be Lawson needing 4-5 points. So that's too much. Yeah, no, I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about it. I've noticed you have a lot of trust issues with Hulk. Yeah, no, just because I don't remember seeing him getting 2 overtakes. Anyone, correct me if I'm wrong, does anyone remember Hulkenberg getting 2 overtakes? Because I really worry that he only had 1, and he's got a -2, and then it's a -0.2 budget. I can't remember where he got it. Because if they're counting Gasly as an overtake when he crashed, no, Hulkenberg was ahead of him. Hulkenberg, who? Yeah, genuinely, who were the overtakes? Yeah, I that's what I worry about. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not trusting this -1 yet, because I think they're full of shit. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I'm gonna freak out if it was only 1 and he got, because that would be the second time someone has done me in 2 weekends. Hulkenberg this weekend and Stroll last weekend, where it's like, just get the -1, just get the points. Stroll cut the corner and let Hulk through. Will that, okay. 4 overtakes for Stroll. Aye, where the hell is he getting these? I'm starting to think, did I even watch this race? Where are all of these overtakes coming from? I've got trust issues with Gasly after oh my god, and in Jeddah, yeah. Holy shit, because Gasly would have screwed up your limitless play heading into Miami if you're doing that. And now, nah. Trust me, this is what it was like for me last season with Albon. I committed to Albon so many times thinking, he's so cheap, surely he can't crash again. He'd have an issue with the car or crash. Currently 661 overall. Oh, Nigel, well done, mate. Honestly, congratulations. Keep up the good work. A top 1k finish. Yeah. Abu, you already have the win on me on the green teams. So don't rub the Europa League final with my face, please. Oh man, it was a painful watch. I have where did I go? Lawson would need 7 to 8 points to make 1.2. Okay, yeah. So that would mean probably around 2 to 3 points for a 0.2 million increase. It's probably going to be better than half the people around him. So I think that's the safe shout, because also if he gets a DNF, he's only losing -0.3. So you're living life. Literally kicked out Albon off my team free to bring in Gasly, and then he does this. Yeah, no, that's the way F1 Fantasy works. Honestly, they'll see you do the change, and then they'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna go crash now. I feel like crashing. Yeah, -20. I mean, again, every single time. Oh my god. Yeah, see, if I swear, if Hulkenberg has less than -3 points, I'm going to freak. To be fair, Stroll, he's safe. Colapinto, he's safe. Hadjar, he's safe. So, you know, it's only Hulkenberg that could do my head in. I don't know if I trust Lawson ever. No, but that's the thing, Joaquin. It's one of those things where... sorry, pardon me. Even if you don't trust Lawson, he can only go down -0.3. So he's then now the 4th safest asset, bar Colapinto, Bortoletto, and Alonso. So why not, innit? When do we stop looking at budget and start going for points? Around this time, to be fair. Like, I've already... Like, you've got to, it's budget's always going to be in the back of your mind now, but basically since I stopped doing McLaren Haas and McLaren Williams sort of esque teams, budget's been on the threshold of points. So like you'll see next weekend, I will change my cheap B tier drivers round, but that's just because there's nothing else I need to do with my team. Maybe if Norris looks good, I do Stroll down to Lawson and Piastri up to Norris, because then you're getting the budget and the points. So realistically, this is the point in time where you've got to sort of go for both, and like you don't go unless you right. Actually, I'm not explaining this very well. If you still have less than 107, 108 million, you're still going budget. If you have over 108 plus million, you're going to be wanting to go into points and budget. And if you have over 116 million, realistically, you can take a few minus 0.2s to make sure you're getting the best points possible. There we go. There's the Zach GP thresholds for you. My third team has a budget of 116.9. Could you recommend a best team? Sure. I don't... 116.9. So yeah, this is one of the teams where you'd still look at budgeting, because it'd be stupid to be like, I have Alonso on. No, not Alonso. I have Sainz on that team. I'm going to keep him. And it's like, no, you're still going to probably get that minus 0.6. You probably still want to get rid of him. Let me have a look, because I'm trying to think. It would definitely be right now McLaren Ferrari. However, I don't know. I do think Mercedes come Spain could be a different story. You know, we're going back to everyone going to the flexi wings, getting chopped off. Also, by the way, what the hell were these best teams at 100 million? Come on. Let's see what 160.9 is saying. Ferrari, McLaren. No, hang on. They're gonna be all. Let me just do this in my head, because they're not gonna be right on that. It would be McLaren, Ferrari first, but then I'm now thinking heading into Europe, and I really am thinking this. I do think Lando Norris is gonna be talked about more often now. We know what his pace is like around tracks like Spain, around Austria, around Silverstone. All of these tracks. No! Give me a second. Give me a second. Fine, I'll get it up. Right, you're going to be wanting to go for something like this. Norris is going to be 31 million. McLaren is going to be 32.4. Yeah. Ferrari is going to be 28.5. Then you're going to look over to Lawson, who's going to be 4.8. You're then going to have a look at Hadjar, who's going to be 5.5. You're then going to have a look at Colapinto, who's 4.5. And then you're going to have a look at Lawson, Hadjar, Colapinto. Who am I missing there? Yeah, no, I do trust Piastri's still going to be in my head. And 100% it's going to be whoever looks better on the practice weekends. But I think because we're in that weird position where Antonelli's not doing too well, a lot of people are going to have the budget now to go each weekend. Okay, Piastri looks better here, I'll put him in. Norris looks better here, I'll put him in here. Sorry, then lost my train of thought. Realistically, then you could put in someone like Behrman, and that'd cost around 114.8 million next weekend. No, actually 114.2, because Behrman's going down 0.6 million. So look for something like that. But you're going to have budget left over. Yes. So Antonelli does become a B tier asset past now, and this is what makes it interesting, like I was saying, because Antonelli with -1 points, he's most likely going to go down in Spain, Canada, and I'd be surprised if he didn't also go down in Austria. I think is the next one. So you've got 3 0.6 millions coming his way. That's 1.8 million. He could genuinely be looking at around 117 to no, not 117, 17 to 18 million. Come to times we're looking at bringing him in. Potentially, if Mercedes can push back, which I do think they'll do, give him a bit of time. This happened last season as well. The Hulkenberg versus Gasly dark side went well. Yeah, I know. I was very happy with that. Very happy with that. And I mean, hey, this is what I was talking about though in the live stream. If we go back to the post FP3 percentages, pardon me, Tsunoda, I thought they were having a field day, saying 45%, 0.6 million. I didn't know what they were smoking. And me and Terry both were very much like, yeah, no, definitely not getting 11 points. Gasly, I did think would get the 0.2. I did. I genuinely did. It's just unlucky he crashed out, because seeing where Behrman and Tsunoda finished, considering where Gasly qualified, he would have done half decent if he didn't crash. So that genuinely made sense. Albon, again, 57% made sense. Hulkenberg, 52% makes sense, even though he's probably not going to do it now. Colapinto, I think 4% was quite mean on him. He didn't get to the 0.2 million, but he was very close to it. I think 1 or 2 moves different, and he could have. And then Stroll, again, I think Stroll, how many did he need? Stroll at 3 points. Again, I think Stroll they'll be quite mean to as well. Because to get minus points, it's hard. You have to have a race like Hulkenberg had, which was kind of rubbish. So realistically, to get 3 points from Stroll, I know he's crash reliant. Only 34%, still a little bit low. So you can see, I genuinely prefer when I'm looking at the budget building, looking at just the points alone and making your mind off there, because I don't, basically, yeah, long story short, I don't really agree with the percentages half the time. But that's, I mean, hey, look, the maths is the maths. So 2 ATO constructors plus drivers, highly likely by the 3rd race from now on. Yeah, you can also do that, but there's no, it's one of those things where just, you can hold assets now. If you make sure you have free transfers going into the race after Canada. Let me just get the schedule up, because I need to make sure it is Austria. I'm pretty sure it is. 29th of June. Do we have a big break? Do we have a big break, or? So it's Canada, then Austria. Yeah. I'm spot on. Yeah, because realistically, you want to have free transfers for around Austria time. And then that's when we'll have another reset with the likes of Antonelli, the likes of, Canada and Austria will be the time when Antonelli, Alonso, who else? Potentially Sainz, maybe, because he's going to drop quite a bit. A lot of resets are going to happen. Hi, Zach. Hope you're fine. Yeah, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well as well. Can you explain how to use the calculator, please? I tried figuring out. Which one? What, the team calculator? It's simple as you put in your budget. Let's say you got 113, and then it goes off who it thinks will score the most points. So now that's the thing. Sometimes you don't want to just look at how many points it will get you, because as you can see, a team like this is dreadful for your points. So you might actually go on the flip side. Oh, I want to have a look at how many points I could get on that. And then you see, okay, but that's suffering too many points difference. And then what you do from there, if none of them look good for you, which realistically at the minute, none of them did, is you go back to points first and you go, okay, get rid of Leclerc. He wasn't a budget building option this Grand Prix weekend. Get rid of Verstappen. He wasn't really looking at it. And then you're like, okay, cool. We're at the budget builder. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, you're good. Budget builder, simple as it will show the race sims for each one. So Monaco post FP2, it will show the percentages it fills after using that data to show which how likely the odds are to increase. Then they do the exact same thing for FP3. However, like I mentioned, I don't really agree with a lot of the calculations they give on this. Not as in like as they're wrong. They're right. Like the maths is the maths. There's no disputing that. As in like it's taking into consideration Tsunoda doing well in FP2 and FP3 when we know realistically it's not going to do something like that. So that's why I love just looking at the required points, because then you can just go straight away. By the way, for anyone who wants to know, required points will always show the best driver, the best asset in each bracket going down. So literally, if you wanted to play it completely not having to think or anything, you could just go, okay, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Colapinto, Tsunoda were the best this weekend. Of course, realistically, it wouldn't actually be the case, because you'd want to have a look at people like Hadjar. No, you wouldn't. No, Stroll and Hadjar if you still had them in your team, or Alex Albon. But that's the gist of it. Like Piastri, again, best of the best over there. You'd look into him. You think it'd be worth using Final Fix this weekend because Charles is expected to get driver of the day? Yeah, no, it would have been worth using Final Fix, and that's what's doing my head in about this, because I thought Lando Norris winning would be enough of a dispute to stop Leclerc winning driver of the day. But apparently whenever Leclerc's at Monaco, I've learnt my lesson now. He will always get driver of the day. But I thought Lando would have it in the bag, considering Lando didn't put a foot wrong. But to be fair, people hate that guy now, so that's why he didn't get it. Also, it is because Hadjar took up a lot of the vote. And yeah, I know for a fact a lot of people, it's like how a lot of people put Leclerc and driver of the day in here. A lot of people probably put Hadjar as driver of the day because they had him in fantasy to try help with the limitless teams. So we tried to do only one change at Canada. So my thinking is more potentially what I might do is one change in Spain. So I might do, if I can hold Hulkenberg, Stroll down to Lawson, and then I run with that. Also, I've just noticed something. So can someone not get my hopes up, please? So I haven't actually looked at the points over here. Screw Hulkenberg for a second. Franco Colapinto. Who do I trust more? F1 Fantasy Tools or the F1 Fantasy? Probably F1 Fantasy Tools. Oh, they're calculating. Hang on. Something's happening. To be fair, it's not a lot they need to do. Not a lot they need to do for this race weekend, F1 Fantasy-wise. Did we miss a Final Fix opportunity? Yeah, no, we did, but there'll be another one coming around, don't worry. There's always another chance. Like, it's like how in Australia, everyone went, no negative, damn it. That was the best time. Yeah, true, I know. I'm getting my hopes up, innit? Considering I can only be on here for another 15 minutes until I've got to start getting ready for work. Also, did anyone like last week? It was a good live stream to do because I had to get it done. But yeah, I was. You could. I was at work trying to do the live stream and I was trying to be cheeky about it. But what's it called? Yeah. So back to the train of thought. Then we got to Miami, and then it was like, oh, you can use no negative here, and it basically did the exact same thing for you it would have done in Australia. We're gonna go to another race, and it's gonna be the exact same. There's not only ever just one time that you can use all of these. There's gonna be 2 or 3 times where you can get away with this sort of stuff. So don't worry too much if you miss 1 or 2 chances. It will come again, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Also, I don't normally push subs this much, but the channel is at 2,890. I would bloody love you all if we could get that to 2,900 on this stream. I'd be surprised because that's 10 subs. But that would be huge. Also, thank you all for the support as well. Because at the start of this season, I was on 1.9k subs. So it's bloody brilliant. Does Ocon become an option now? Not yet. Not yet. Ocon's still got a negative to his name. Who does become an option is Behrman. Because Behrman will be 7.5 million. And he'll have 4 points and 10 points. Around 10 points. So it will be people looking... Let me do a rundown again. So I'll give you a complete rundown of B tier drivers, first of all. Of who we will be looking at coming into Spain. So straight away, Ocon, no. Ocon will not be a driver we're looking at Spain. He's still got a -18 to his name. It's not going to have it. That's what we love to see. Right, then Lawson, he will be a driver we'll be looking at. So keep an eye on him. Bortoletto, he'll be one of the on the fence drivers. He's not good. He's not great. He's still going to be 4.5 million. He's never going to go up in value though. So he is just a hold firm, maintain asset. Behrman, he's going to be one to look at if you have that 7.5 million. Alonso, again, he might be now just if you're looking to maximize points, because if he can just finish a race, he'd probably score a few points. Sainz, not an asset to look at. Hadjar, definitely, he's my must-have for next race weekend. Pardon me. Alex Albon, he's going to be on the fence because he's going to have 18 plus around 6 points. He's probably going to need around 10-ish points to get up to 0.2 million. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Stroll, he's going to be a sell. He's going to have a -2 and an 8 to his name at 9.7 million. Not worth it. Sonoda, he's also going to be a sell. He loses his 33. Don't go anywhere near him. Colapinto, he's going to be a must-have. So realistically, next weekend for me, Hadjar and Colapinto are going to be must-haves. And that's why I was also quite, don't take the -10 for taking out Hadjar, because we might be holding him as an asset. Then Gasly, he's a sell. And Hulkenberg, he's going to be a fence driver. If he ends up with -1, he's going to be 8 points, 6.4 million. Maybe if Hulkenberg becomes a 6 million asset at -2, it might actually be better for him. Ferrari is OP. I still don't. Hey, let's see if they can hold this pace going into Spain. Then in tier A driver wise, Piastri, he's going to be definitely still a buy. Norris is going to be a buy, and honestly, we'll see what the pace is looking like, but that's about it. You're going to have the likes of Verstappen probably back at it again. But McLaren boys are going to be the only buy ones. Verstappen maybe on the fence. I'd be surprised if we were looking at Leclerc again next weekend. Then constructor-wise, tier A, McLaren a buy, Ferrari a buy, Mercedes now a sell, Red Bull potentially. But I think Ferrari have proven again why we just love them in F1 Fantasy. And even if they didn't do as well as they did, they got 15 points on pit stops. They did a 2.0 second pit stop. It was brilliant. So Ferrari, another one. It's going to be McLaren and Ferrari again for Spain, 100%. Because if Mercedes look only a little bit better than Ferrari, I'll happily hold Ferrari for 1 week. Because then potentially I could then just change Stroll over to what's his face, Lawson, and then I've got free transfers heading into Canada. Then tier B wise, Williams, still a buy if you're budget building. Sauber, we'll see. I don't think they're going to get too many points, so they might be on the fence now. But then it will be VCarb, also a buy, and Haas on the fence. Yeah, my bad. Antonelli will be a BTO driver though next week, but he will still be a sell as well. Provisional rank 6k Limitless was the best move. Hey, yeah, Lobi, how many points did you get with the Limitless? So right now, as of speaking, from putting in Limitless teams, my team. Bear in mind, it was a better team than a lot of people, so your delta will probably be higher. My team points delta to the Limitlesses was around 80 to 120 points. No, 80 to 100 points difference. Yeah. So 294 on my Limitless, 313. So for anyone who had Gasly, you've done brilliant. I'll show you just now. So from my team, you got a 70. 313 is 87. 87 delta to me. That's brilliant. That is very good considering the normal teams got around. That's probably as good as you're going to get with a normal team. If you had if you had Albon over Hulkenberg, a little bit more. Actually, let's have a look where it puts me on the provisional league now. Because if a lot of people used Limitless, yeah, I'm not surprised it didn't go up too much. But 15k, it's a good... Wait, what? How the hell have I gone down? I was 18,000th. Oh, from qualifying. From qualifying, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that's fine. I'll take being around 15k for now. It's a good building block to go off. I'd rather be in the top 10k. But these things happen, innit? We've got a long season ahead. You still on for top 1,000? Yeah, I would say so. Honestly, it's been 7-8 race weekends. Top 1k still 100% on. Just to remind people, in 2024, at Monaco, Monaco was the race where I lost my top 1,000 status for the first time. I was 126th coming into Monaco, and then I had double Haas, and they got royally screwed. But then I didn't re-enter the top 1,000. Oh, they actually was that what I was looking at. Yeah. They're calculating. Yeah, hopefully we'll get them soon. Basically, just the extra overtake points, innit? Oh, also, there is a forfeit. Don't you worry. No, there is a forfeit. Don't you worry. My forfeit this weekend. I've got to figure out when I can do it because it's going to take me about an hour and a half. I said McLaren would not win the Monaco Grand Prix. I said someone non-McLaren driver would. So I've got to say McLaren 1,000... No, not 1,000 times. I wish it was 1,000 times. I've got to say McLaren 5,000 times in a row. So depending on when I can do it, it might be Tuesday. Basically, I've got work... I'm doing the night shift, which is the issue, so I'm coming home bloody tired and I can't think of anything worse to do than say McLaren 5,000 times. So it might be one of those things where I do it on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I haven't decided yet. I might live stream it. I'll probably just live stream it. Anyone who wants to see me do, say, McLaren 5,000 times, you're free to watch me endure the pain. And who knows, I might get some questions involved as well. But I'll have to be quick on answering them. Will Sainz drop this week? He got 10 so far. Yeah, he will. Wait, where did Sainz get 10? Oh, right. Yeah, at the minute, I would trust F1 Fantasy Tools price projections a bit more than the actual game. So we'll see what happens. But at the minute, realistically, take your points with a pinch of salt. We're probably gonna be messed around 20 points plus or negative. So we'll see what happens. What team for Limitless for 313 points and who two times DRS? Well, we can show. I don't know where it was. Probably this team that they're showing, where it was McLaren, Ferrari, Piastri, Norris, Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen. Just because it can vary on F1 Fantasy Tools compared to the actual F1 Fantasy games. How many times do you think you say McLaren over the course of a normal stream like this? I would say, realistically, I probably say McLaren. Probably a good 100, 200 times in a normal stream. But George Russell's 2.5K times took me 45 minutes to say. So realistically, in my head, Lannister, honestly, I think that's impossible because. Well, no, I'm gonna go over to the fan amp recording tomorrow, and I'm just gonna sit there in silence and just let Adam talk. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna use words. You know how I use the voice dubbing for when I show my cat on my track overviews? I'll just get a fan amp to do a dubbed voice of me over just my face. 313 top 5 of Leclerc on 2 times. Oh, I think you'll get more than that, Hussein. Then I think you'll get you'll get more than 313. I missed Australia, so I was thinking maybe setting for 250. So I'm happy with 50. No, yeah, trust me, mate. You've still got a good chance if you're in the top right. Here's the brackets I'll set out for you. In this season, if you're in the top 1,000k, you're gonna want to try to get to top 1,000. If you're in the top 50,000k, you can still challenge for that top 1,000. Be happy if you get around 5,000 to 10,000. If you're on the top 100k, anywhere in the top 10k by the end of the season, you're gonna be loving life. Genuinely, anywhere in the 10 to 20k is still a good season. And if you're in around 100 to 250k, you still have the opportunity to get into the top. You still have a chance to get into top 20k, but if you get finish of top 25,000 in the world, you're fine. Yeah, and just like Abu said, exactly. My budget actually went down my budget went up 0.2 million Australia, and I only got 100 points, so not too much of a deficit. Right. Anyway, it is now 4:50. Sadly, I'm gonna have to end it there. Thank you. Actually, hang on. quick little push. Oh, lads, right. I hope you guys can see this. 2 more subs. Please. Please, sir, can I have some more? 2 subs away. Don't hold me hostage. I've got to go cook dinner before my shift. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna be the 2,900 sub? But while I beg for subs, let me give a quick 5-minute summary of what we should be looking at over in Spain one final time heading into this Grand Prix weekend. So, who are we looking at to bring in? Norris, if his form over the European tracks looks good. Lannister's going to come in clutch. Norris looks like he could be now in contention. Between Piastri and Norris if you have the budget. Leclerc, even though he looked good this weekend, I'd be very surprised, especially with budget as well, still in consideration, if we were looking at him in Canada. Verstappen, still an outside view of... You know, Verstappen's always going to be there. That's the thing. But again, until we see FP2, I don't trust him enough. But just keep an eye on him. Then you got the likes of Hadjar. He's a must-have B-tier driver this week. Behrman, he's on the fence for me, but he's going to be he's going to be 7.5 million. He's going to have 10 points and 4 points to his name. Not the worst shout I've ever seen. He'd need probably about 6 to 8 points to get 0.2 million increase. Ocon, he's got DNF to his name. Don't bring in him. Stroll, he's not got enough points now for being 9.5 million. He's not... no, don't worry about my Instagram. I've sort of just got that for... just to have it sort of thing. I need to put more on that though. I keep on forgetting because I want to do stuff where I like show like how far along I am on an edit or something. I think that sort of thing would be quite nice. Colapinto, a must-have for Spain. Lawson, not a must-have for Spain, but definitely looks better than most other assets. Albon, I think he's on the fence. I'd be surprised if people were trying to hold him. Russell, sell. Bortoletto, hold just because he's good for budget. Sainz, sell. Hulkenberg, on the fence. You can hold him, but it's going to be a hard struggle. Antonelli, sell. Sonoda, sell. Alonso, sell. Gasly, sell. And then we head over to the constructors. McLaren, buy. Ferrari, buy. VCARB, buy if you're building budget. Haas, on the fence. Again, they're still not great, but I could see why you'd want them. Red Bull, on the fence, again, on the A-tier side. I still don't think they're better than using... Hey, Ginzers, how you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Still not, I don't think, any better than Ferrari and McLaren at the minute. Williams, buy, if you're still building budget. Mercedes, sell, because they're going to be dropping in budget now, which is really annoying. Sauber, I would now say... realistically, fence if you really wanted them, but preferably I'd say sell. Aston Martin, sell, and Alpine, sell. Now I know provisional points are out because people have been saying it. So what are we looking at? 100, right? Nothing. Did anything change from the calculations? Right, let's do one last check at the league because I should be still around 15,000th, which is a good settling area. Yep, we'll take that. We can easily push on from there. And then now let's see if my nagging actually helped. No worries. We got 8 subs. We almost got to it. But sadly, I do have to go. Otherwise, I'll be late, and I cannot be late. Another bad week. I sold Hadjar, bought Gasly. Oh, ouch. Yeah. Especially as well because Hadjar is going to be the one probably that you now get Gasly as Gasly's replacement, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Keep an eye on my Twitter, or I'll make a YouTube short. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out on when the actual points come out, and I'll talk about my points I got there. And then yeah, the Fan Amp preview video will be out on Monday. If I can think of a F1 related video to do, because I don't really have an idea of what I could do. I could talk about the Mercedes downfall a little bit. Yeah, I might do that. If I've got time, I might make a video on Mercedes. What are they doing? Yeah, it's going to be a nice bank holiday. I'm actually what's it called? I'm going to be working, but because it's a bank holiday, it's double pay. So double bubble. I'll happily have it. Yeah, everyone enjoy their long bank holiday weekend. For anyone, is it just it's just in the UK, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know where bank holidays are in the rest of the world. But anyway, yeah. Thank you all so much for coming into the stream. As always, it has been a pleasure. You're probably going to be seeing me live streaming on my channel doing the forfeit of, say, McLaren 5,000 times. Like I said, fan amp on Monday, potentially a video on Mercedes on Monday as well, or maybe Tuesday. Wednesday, a general everything you need to know. Yeah, all right, yeah, thought so, yeah. Everything you need to know for the general Spanish Grand Prix on Wednesday, and then Friday will be another post FP2 for the Spanish Grand Prix for F1 Fantasy. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We've still got, well, for me, it's 5 o'clock over here, so we've still got a little bit of the day left. But yeah, take care, everyone, and I'll see